YouTube, DXZenkaiPh here. Welcome to my review for the deluxe ZenkaiOh. This is the Juran and Gaon version. The first one released as they're essentially two different robots, one with red and yellow and the other with pink and blue, which is releasing next month. And they have three different modes. The mode you see them in now, which is their basically animal creature mode, and then you have the robot modes, which is the same as their default modes, just they're going to be bigger. So it's in a way like we have humanoid robots. I mean, I guess we do, kind of like, you know, Shogun Zords and stuff like that. They're kind of like that, but it feels a little bit different since they're also the Rangers. But then of course you also have the combined mode. But let's talk about these guys first. Honestly, these are a little bit strange looking. Let's talk about yellow first because I said so. But they're a little bit strange. They feel a little bit half-baked. They look really odd. Like the proportions are really lanky. I just call them proportions and I'm sorry about that. But the proportions are just really lanky and strange on them. I feel like this was a case where they cared more about what they wanted certain things to look like than how it works. Like, it feels like this mode is the afterthought for both of them, to be quite honest. Like, I don't hate them in a way. I'm kind of charmed by how odd they look, but they're definitely my least favorite, and I think that they're really strange looking. Especially T-Rex, I think, is one of the strangest looking T-Rex creatures we've had, and he just is kind of bouncy and a little bit unstable and strange, and I don't know, that's supposed to be down more, but I'm just not a fan of them. It feels like they cared more about, like, okay, we want the robot modes to look like this, we want the combined mode to look like this, like how can we get there and still have a creature mode, and it feels like this is the best they could do to get it to look somewhat like a T-Rex and a lion while doing exactly what they wanted to do before. Now this thing does have electronics in red, so it's going to be playing transformation noises when we're, well, transforming it, you guessed it. So when you open up the mouth here, it'll make that noise, and so I'm going to do him second because that's going to get annoying. And you can stop it by closing it, thankfully. But it's going to be playing that noise as you're transforming it, sort of like a transform along music type of deal. And you might even see it when I'm going to try to show it, but you might even see it when I'm first transforming it. When you take too long, it'll start speeding up. So I just wanted to warn you about that once we get to that mode. But I wanted to highlight that before we started. But let's transform them into their human modes. It's pretty easy. So for this, I'm just going to take this off right here. And then you basically just slide these down around and make them human feet. And then you just take these, and they kind of separate them a little bit too, so it's more stable. And then take these, slide them down, and then just turn his head right round. And you get this little buddy here, and he can hold the sword. There's two different holders. One of them is obviously a bigger one for the Megazord mode, and this one is for him. Oh, and I almost forgot his little shield. I had this set aside. So you got his shield too, which can snap on. There's all kinds of little pegs everywhere that you can do for certain things like that. And so you have his sword and shield here. There we go. And just to highlight him for 1 second, just to sort of get a general look at him, all you can really do is move his head because, you know, part of the transformation, but it looks pretty cool. I do like these robots. They've grown on me. This is obviously your classic blocky little robot, but I really like these little guys. They have a little charm to them. I think it's pretty fun and simple to transform them. Like, it's really, really easy, but it's fun. That's what fun and simple meant with Dawson. Way to go. But since we have him here, unfortunately, I didn't do this for all of them yet. I might try to do it more in the future, but I just wanted to show, because he's based off of him. I did happen to have one version here with me. There he is next to Daijujin, or the original Dino Megazord. I just thought I would show that off. Obviously the size difference is there, but just to show you the design similarities there. Now for this guy, same thing. We're actually just going to take this off right now, and then we will take these and fold them up, because we're not going to need them for arms there anymore, and then fold these around to make them legs, separate them a little to make them stable, and then for his head, it's right here. You kind of put your fingernail here or whatever and pull this here, and then pull that up, and you have your little baby Gao King, and you can put this here like so. I almost put it on front like his, like that. Unfortunately, I didn't bring in my Gao King or anything like that, but you can see the obvious design there with the helmet and whatnot. And I definitely like these two modes a lot better than the vehicle modes. Like, I appreciate you have them. It makes it more fun. It gives it more playability that you actually have two separate modes for each of them, but these are definitely the more charming modes. I'm not sure if I'm going to display them like this, just because I will have figures of them, And it's just weird because this is almost like getting stuff we got in Kaku Ranger and O Ranger and Car Ranger where we had humanoid robots, but it just feels different to me because they're also the Rangers. It's just a strange scenario. But let's go ahead now and start transforming them. So I'm going to take these away, and then I'm going to get Red completely out of the way. So I'm just getting Red out of the way and starting with him because, like I said, he's not going to make noise. So we'll just take this out here and then put his little head away again and then pull that back down. Basically what you're going to do is take these here and you're going to pull the mouth open, and this guy fortunately doesn't have any sounds. And you're essentially going to pull the mouth this way and then this part this way, and you're going to have them sort of like running away from each other, so they're going opposite directions. And then right here, this is going to be the foot, and then turn it around. You can see this is the side because this is where the belt comes in. And then for this, for the arm, just pull it down like this and then pull the legs away like so. Twist this around so it's facing the right way for the design. Twist this out of the way, and you can see you have the half body there. Ready? Body! Now for Red, you're gonna wanna move his head out of the way. There's a very good chance it's gonna fall off at some point, but you basically do the same thing. Pull this away, and you're gonna pull this open. There goes the music. There's the leg, and then pull this down, and pull these around here, and then pull this down, and kind of just line this up so it's out of the way of it. I'm gonna kind of let it go so it makes the faster noise. Wait for it! There we go. So now it'll speed up, and really just, it does wonders for your anxiety. But then you snap them together. Let's bring them together! No, seriously, the music's getting annoying. We need to put them together, guys. There we go. So there you have that. Once you get them together with the music, or if the urgent music happens, it'll then say some phrases and then initiate another jingle until you open this, and this very much so reminds me of Ryusou Gold's mecha. But that's pretty cool. Honestly, I have some slight mixed feelings on it. Like, I like that it has the interactive music. I think especially kids will get a kick out of that. You can see all my exaggeration hand motions on here. But I think kids will really get a kick out of that, but I even get a kick out of that. It makes you feel like you're part of the transformation from the show. It's kind of fun to go along. It makes the process feel kind of more fun and smooth in a way, and I like the way it has these little steps to it. You put it together, and then this has a separate sound as well. I think that's really cool. It is a little bit anxiety-inducing once it starts going faster, although you have to screw it up pretty hard to let it go that long. But still, like there, I was having that small lineup problem, and that can get a tad annoying, but I still think it's a cool feature that makes this a lot more fun than I thought. As far as the design, I think it's pretty okay. Like, once I got the toy together and maybe it was the noises and everything, I'm like, actually, this looks pretty cool. The head sculpt's pretty badass. I like the way these come together. I like the way these look. Like, it's kind of like a zipper of animal teeth when you bring it forward. And I think that's pretty cool. I just like the way that looks and then opens up, and it looks a lot cooler than I thought. It still looks a little bit basic to me. It doesn't grab me as much as last year's mecha, but for the most part, I think it's pretty cool. And even though I'm not really a fan of the individual animal modes, I do kind of like the way this guy works. Like, it's pretty fun and simple to transform from its animal mode to its robot modes, and then its robot mode to this mode here, where it's kind of, like, it's simple, but it's kind of got this fun uniqueness to it too, where it takes a little bit of figuring out. You can obviously give this guy weapons as well. You have this here, and you can put this on the side here like this. You can take the shield and put it right here like this. And there's all kinds of little pegs here, so you can kind of mix and match if you want, or put it upside down, or whatever you want to do. And then obviously you have the sword here, which goes with the bigger handle, and so you have that going on there, which is neat, and you can do all kinds of different combos and stuff like that, which is, like I said, cool. So overall, I actually like this guy better than I thought. He's not an all-time favorite mecha or anything, but I think he was pretty fun. The only thing I really don't like about him is, like I said, the animal modes are a little bit of an afterthought. It feels like they just kind of got the short end of the stick because they had bigger plans for what they wanted to do. But I think this is so far a surprisingly fun mecha, and I really like the sound transforming features. I can see it getting annoying after a while, but as of right now, it was more fun than I thought it would be. We'll see how I feel down the road, and we'll see how Pink and Blue's mecha fares. But that's about about it for this one, guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.